Hi there. Welcome to Conversations, where we seek to advance your leader and team excellence by discussing relevant topics that impact today's organizations. Welcome to the show. Hey there, leader, and welcome to Conversations for Leaders and Teams, where today we are going to be talking about the art of listening. So do you hear what I hear? That is what we're going to be talking about. When words are heard deeply, insight and awareness can follow. But do you ever feel like no one is listening? Maybe your point isn't getting across or what you said was misunderstood. As a professional coach, I spend about 80% of my time listening to my clients. On a scale of 1, which would be low, and 10 high, where do you rate your listening? Early on, I learned that there are levels of listening. When this was discovered, I realized my listening skills needed work in order to honor my clients and truly up my game as a coach. To break down a complex topic, let's look at 3 types of listening today. The first is called informal listening. And this is the most common and basic form of listening. It's passive. You hear the words and you listen for information or facts that are applicable to you as leader. The second is active listening. So during active listening, a person goes beyond listening for facts and information that we talked about in informal listening, but you are engaged in listening. At this level, the leader is focused on the client and may ask questions to clarify. This level of listening is participative, and it allows the client, maybe your customer, or even your employee to feel more at ease. And the third is intuitive, and some may see this as a global listening skill. So it is the highest level of listening. And during this interaction, the leader seeks to uncover inconsistencies or what may be behind the words, because so many times when we're speaking and when we're listening, there are people in our charge that are maybe speaking to us. But then what are some of the things that they're not saying? So you as leader will be looking for body language, changes in attitude, and emotions. So which level, whether it's informal, active, or that intuitive or global listening, which level do you typically tune into? So here's a challenge. Would you like to gain strength in your listening skills? If the answer is yes, it's time to take the listening challenge. During your next conversation, take note of your listening skills and do this on purpose. After the conversation, ask yourself these questions. What were the main points of the conversation? What did you hear? And maybe what didn't you hear? What contributions did you make that were helpful during the conversation? Did maybe you jump ahead in your mind thinking about what you would say next? How did you present and position yourself to hear? And did your emotions get in the way of hearing? Leaders who listen at the intuitive or global level are able to discover themes and listen deeply. We need to remember that trust and authenticity are created through genuine listening. Your people are heard and therefore valued. So how did you do? Well, you'll be happy to know that listening is a skill that can be developed through training. A hearing ear is one of the most important skills a coach can bring to the coaching conversation, and a gift a leader, you, the leader, can give to your people. Although some people acquire skills earlier than others based on genetics, environment, or availability of training, listening skills are developed over time as part of a collection of tools for effective communication. I would love to know how your learning challenge went. So if you find this on social media, for you to leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing, maybe what approach you had, maybe what learning you gained from this, because as you know, leaders, and yes, you are a leader, you have permission to be a leader. Listening is an important tool to have in that toolbox. I would love to have you tune in to our podcast at Conversation for Leaders and Teams. You can find this on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on the Bellum Leaders website or your favorite listening platform. And remember that book, Leadership Excellence by Design, Strategies for Sustainability and Strength, authored by me, Dr. Kelly Whelan, can be found on Amazon or again on the Bellum Leaders website. Until next time, this is Dr. Kelly Whelan. Keep doing great things because our world needs leaders like you.